Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the fishing channel. So this is a new channel, and I wanted to do this for a while now. I figured, it's a good place to come and share ideas for, people who are trying to start up a new hobby, or people that already have the hobby that just want a few different ideas, because the best stories are fisherman stories, as we all know. So this channel is brand new. I started to post, I think, last year. I posted, I think, some like beach videos and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I never really wanted to get into this, but now I'm going to start posting, if not every day, every other day, whenever I get the chance to really do it. But I'm going to be posting everything about fishing, down to the fishing rods, the bait you use for specific fish, the rods you use for specific fish, with different types of reels and lines, braided, fluorocarb, and just like the tests and everything that, would be compatible for the tackle that you're going to use to target specific species of fish. I'm not too familiar. I am, but I don't really go so hard for freshwater. I live in New York over here. So we're on the East Coast, and we're right by Long Island, so we fish our saltwater waters a lot. So we do that. But yeah, I hope you guys wanna maybe give this channel a chance. Like I said, this is the first video that I'm posting. This is the beginning. I know there's plenty of famous people out there like John Skinner who are constantly on the water. He's the man, so. But like I said, everybody wants a different opinion every now and then. Not everybody's tactics work. So I'm just here trying to, give a different perspective to it. We're going to learn a lot. So hopefully you hit that subscribe button right now, because the journey is about to begin. Like, I actually have a boat that I purchased last year. And last summer was my first time putting it on the water. I named the boat Seablox because I love motorcycles, and we have a term where we say blocks when we're able to do a wheelie for a certain amount of blocks. And the boat that I have is called it's a Pilot House. It is a Steiger craft. I have twin Yamaha motors on it. They're 130s. They are 2-stroke from 1993. They have a lot of power, and the boat does a good plane. So we're going to be talking about that too. We're going to be talking about fuel for boats and everything like that. We're going to talk about GPS systems, navigation, radar. We'll be talking about waters, different types of thing, but everything has to do with fishing. So we're going to start with the basics. If you guys want something specific, I'm on the water a lot. Doesn't matter the temperature, doesn't matter the weather. I'm out there usually. I don't really care too much about, I'm not one of those people who just want to go and just have the thrill of catching something. And if I don't catch something, I get upset, because every time you don't catch something, it's an opportunity to learn something. You're doing something wrong, and the next time you go, or even on the next cast, you have to try something different. You can't be afraid to try something different when you're fishing. That's why it's called fishing and not catching. It's eventually it does turn into catching, and it took me a long time. I've been fishing for, man, I'd say I have to be at least 20 years. I think I've been fishing since I was like 4 or 5, and I'm about to turn 26 in March. So happy birthday to me, I guess. But yeah, we go for all kinds of fish though. We go for striped bass. Everyone catches porgies, but there's fun ways, and there's different ways to doing it. Like, you can always go to the store, and there's another thing we'll be talking about is bait. We can always go to the store and get sandworms for, you're spending like $14, I think, sometimes for like a dozen. That's more than $1 a worm. And you know how these fish are. They are quick to steal your bait. So they're quick to steal your money. And I don't know if you're out there to catch the fish to eat them, or if you're out there just for catch and release pleasure. But no matter what, if you're out there to eat them, you're spending $14 just on bait. And the majority of the time, if you don't do it right, you're going to have 1 or 2 fish unless they're short. And especially for fishing off the piers, which or shore casting, which we will also talk about. I'm in my garage right now, and I got I got a ton of rods right on top of me. We'll be talking about those rods. We can do a briefing on each rod. We could talk about a lot of things. This is like my home over here, where I get away and I'm able to just talk about the things I like. I get my friends over here. We have a couple of beers, and we just talk about the time on the water and stuff like that. But yeah, getting back to the bait. There's different things that you can use that you wouldn't expect to work. For example, there was this artificial lure artificial bait that I never expected a fish to bite on something rubber just because it has a flavoring. It's like, oh, once you throw it in the water, it's gonna lose its flavoring, it's gonna lose its scent. And I was proven wrong. I was proven wrong this summer, actually. I always go and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy it, and I do buy it. I think we all have this problem. We'll go to the bait shop, or we'll go to the tackle shop, or when Sports Authority used to exist, or even Modell's when they used to exist, and when they even used to have the aisle for fishing that used to exist before all of it disappeared over here. At least in the north, in the East Coast, I guess everyone's just addicted to their phones and no one wants to get out there and just have a good time in nature. But yeah, so I told myself, I said, I'm gonna give these baits a chance. So, and I would always do it, but once we get there, and it's like, fishing goes so quick sometimes. Like, everyone says it's a boring thing, but you know what? When you're working all the time and it's like you only have a couple hours on the water, on the pier, on the beach, whatever it is, the second that line hits the water, it's like the time disappears, whether you're catching or not, especially if you like to just kick back and relax, enjoy nature, and just clear your mind and have some fresh air. So every time I'd get there, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. And I'd put it like, of course, honestly, this is the best thing to do, and we'll talk about this too. I'd put like a real bait on there, like an actual worm or whatever it is, and or like a fish, whatever it is, and I throw it in there, or clam, and you expect it to hit because it's the real bait. And the second, if you don't get a hit, it's like sometimes you're like, if I'm not getting a hit with this actual like meat, like you're not gonna get a hit with something artificial. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, so we wouldn't even try to use the artificial after like the real bait would fail, like the real like meat. So we wouldn't try it. Or it'll be the other way around, where we go there and we'll actually get a bite on like a real bait, and it's like we have limited time, so we're not gonna chance losing the bite, especially when the bite comes and goes, especially if you're on a pier and you're not mobile and it's like the tides are changing, or you caught it at like a weird like a time where like the tide is going out when you just arrived there, and it's like you have that like 1 hour window to catch as much as you can before the action disappears. You're not gonna try to experiment. That's just how it is. But I will encourage this highly. And I'm not getting paid by them. Like I said, this is my first video, and it's amazing what some of these artificial baits do. And I'll be talking about this in my other videos. If you guys, I'm pretty sure I'm barely gonna get any views on this or any comments, whatever. But people love fishing, so I have high hopes for this channel. I'm gonna do this very often, so I'm not gonna be like one of those people that like, they keep you hanging just because they have 100,000 subscribers and they go out there every day and all this crap, and it's like they don't post a video for like a week or two, and it's like they lose people's, you know what I mean? People wake up and they have their routine, especially those people out there who are retired or can't work right now with COVID and all that. It's like they look forward to like something to like, something inspirational, something, something that interests them and intrigues them and they can relate to with their own hobby. So this is what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I've seen it happen all the time. Like I would even subscribe to these people and they only post one video like 1 week or 2 weeks, and it's just like, it's not fair. The public wants to hear you. You have a following like that, you got to be out there. You got to be like the news, just a little more realistic, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be talking about all those topics. I'll be posting every day if I'm able to have the time to do it. But I promise you, I won't keep you holding up like a week at a time. Like I said, hopefully this channel gets pretty popular, because I have a lot to show and I got a lot to do with you guys, and I really hope you guys can hit that subscribe button, and we'll do some good fishing, and hopefully you guys can learn something from me. And honestly, I'd be more than happy to learn something from you. Like I said, it's a huge ocean, and we're just there one line at a time. So thanks again for watching, and don't forget, this is the Seablox. Hit that button. Thanks.